Do practice a little bit, but the most important thing to do in the off season is get away from barbecue. Once your season ends, forget about it for a month. Not even worry about. Don't think about anything. Don't break down anything. Just get away.
Avoid the barbecue, so that way you have a quest to get back into it in March. You have a taste for it again.
Just take a break. You know, it's so busy towards the end of the year. You're go, go, go. Take a couple months, and then once you start up again, really practice on tenderness. Tenderness is the key. So
go back and reflect on how your scores were and whether it was taste or tenderness in a particular category that was hurting you, and then focus on those.
I hate to give somebody bad information. Let's say what I do. I reflect a lot. I reflect on a lot of what I did wrong, a lot of what I did good, a lot that I can do better.
One, I would suggest just cooking, whether it's actual barbecue or just cooking really anything.
Cook anything, cook everything. You can learn a lot from cooking a half chicken as opposed to chicken thighs, or you can learn a lot from cooking a pork steak with ribs. So just keep cooking.
It's definitely probably take a class. Just one a year is really good to do, just to freshen it up, get some new techniques in there.
But take classes, learn different ways. That's the key thing, is learning what you do.
Go take a class. Sharpen the skills. Get a fresh take on what's hitting this season, and then come in strong early next year.
Play around with different rubs and different sauces and find new ways to invent the wheel, basically. Find new flavors and see if you can up your game for the next season.
And try new stuff. Come up with your own recipes. Don't let anyone else tell you how to do things. Find what works for you and what works for the judges.
Well, this will be my first off season, so my plans are just to work on flavor profiles and practice.
What I always do is I like to, whatever our weakest meat has been that year, we do a lot of practicing on that. If there's any other flavors or rubs or sauces or whatever that we want to try, even if it's on something that's been doing well, that is the time to get creative and really kind of find what you're going to use going into next year.
Do absolutely practice regardless of the weather. Because if you wait the entire off season, then go back, get back into it in March, you're gonna be rusty no matter what happens. And make sure that you are following anything that you would do in a competition. So just cooking ribs is not the same as focusing on a timeline and cooking ribs.
It's a lot of practice. Keep cooking. The only way to get better.
For us, and I think most teams, they're in practice. They're gonna try to knock down taste and tenderness. It's probably gonna be the biggest things.
Practice your timing.
Keep practicing the way you're going to do competition.
Practice your meat categories.
Practice a lot.
Practice.
Practice a lot. Practice.
Practice.
You
should keep practicing.
Practice. And just practicing.
Do practice.
Practice.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you're going to practice something, do it the exact same way you would do it at a contest. And, don't slip up on, I don't have this, so I'm not going to add it to my mop or whatever that is. If you're going to practice 100%.
You're not cooking that brisket from Walmart. So don't practice on the brisket. Practice what you cook.
Practice chicken breast because we're going to kick your butts with it next year.
Don't do that. Let us kick your butts with it.
Don'ts would be not to worry about the past season, I would say. Not to worry about ones that you didn't do well at, or you might have missed something, or things like that. So not to sit there and dwell on all of that.
Don't beat yourself up over the mistakes you made, because you made a lot of them, just like me. If you got something you want to work on, off season's time to do it.
Don't regret the season before,
like this,
because it's behind you. Move on, get ready for the next one, because you're only going to improve each year. You're going to improve.
What I don't think you should do is try to take 4 or 5 different recipes and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to run with, or that's what I'm going to run with. And then you start your first cook of the season next year, and you might disappoint yourself. So go with what works.
Don't try and switch things up too crazy. I've learned that in my last competition. If you switch things up too crazy, you can definitely upset some judges. That's what I've learned, especially from judging them. They like to see pretty much the same thing every time they judge.
And you run, you know, an even balanced seasoning, I wouldn't suggest trying to rewrite the handbook. You know, a lot of people feel like they need to flip their entire script, and that's just not the way to do it. I would suggest making small tweaks and try to get an appeasing palate or flavor profile for the judges, or really for anyone in general.
Don't change 100% of everything you're doing, because you'll just end up chasing it. You'll never know what worked versus what different. It's fine to make changes in the off season, but don't just, completely upend everything you've been doing.
Don't worry about boxes, what they look like, or any of the other foo-foo crap. Just we switched to chop kill boxes, and we haven't dropped in appearance scores.
Don't just sit back idle. Keep practicing to keep the edge. You get rusty, and then it takes a little bit to knock it off and get back to normal.
Stop cooking.
Don't take the whole season off, and practice all the meats, whatever those might be, for yourself.
Don't stop cooking.
To keep cooking.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Get out there and try it. Go to your local comp. If they have one, sign up. Just give it a shot. See what you do. And even if you don't do good, you'll be ready for next time, and just keep practicing.
Try it. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, just do it. Just jump off the ledge and do it. You got to get in the water, get wet, have fun. My goals today are to make my turn-ins. Keep your goals manageable and have fun.
Just do it.
Anybody
Do it
can
for
do
Dale.
this.
Do it for Dale.
Anybody can do this.
Yes.
Woo!
Praise Dale, praise Dale.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a great group of people, regardless of where you go.
Surround yourself with all your barbecue family. They're great folks. Yep. Awesome.
Just keep at it. Really, there's no rules in barbecue. So if you can take it, do it, try it. Be creative. That's helped us and hurt us both. So, but you want to try to create a consistent product. So keep notes, journal what you're doing. It's probably the main thing, I would say.
Keep your head up, don't give up, and if you do bad, just know there's more to the season later, and always pursue and keep a positive attitude.
You may cook great one day, score really well. Next contest, you may cook, right, you feel even better, and it might tank. It is what it is. It happens to everybody. Don't let bad scores discourage you, because it happens to all of us.
If first you're not getting the scores and stuff, don't let it discourage you. Just keep pounding and keep going away and improving. And don't run away from it just because the first time you didn't like what you got.
Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset with your results. Be patient. Just cook the way you know how to cook.
Keep your head up. Don't give up, because it gets easy.
Practice.
Practice.
Go out and meet
practice.
other teams.
Yes.
Talk to them.
You're going to learn more doing that than sitting at home cooking by yourself.
Cook a lot, pay attention, try different things. Don't just watch videos on how everybody else does the same thing.
Ask questions. Don't be afraid to come up to pro teams and ask them questions.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just your cook is your cook. Have fun. And this is a great sport. Meet a lot of good friends.
Get a trustworthy partner. So make sure you get somebody who you can cook with that will be honest with you. But don't put too many cooks in the kitchen.
Get you one of these.
Oh. Thank you, babe. For advice, just talking to people. So, come out to a comp if you haven't ever been to one, or if you've been to one or two. Make sure you're socializing and visiting with those people around you. reach out to the barbecue community and barbecue family, because they really are like family.
You know, I think the biggest thing is to get out there and do it. Get out here and meet the people that do this, and that, you know, we're kind of a roving band of misfits, right, and nomads that just go to different parking lots and cook meat every weekend. But it's like a little family, and it's the best people that you'll meet. So get out there and do it. Listen. If my mom always told me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen more than you talk, and you'd be amazed at how much people will share with you and help you out along the way.
Soak it in when you talk to, you know, teams and stuff with device. You can learn a lot from people just sitting there listening to them talk, and just don't give up. It's hard. Some days you don't understand it, and just keep going. I mean, that's how I do it.
Biggest thing I'll have to say is talk to the teams when you're in a contest. When I first started, I was kind of by myself. I really didn't venture out and talk to very many people. And then I found the more I talk to people, the more they're willing to help you out and give you little bits and pieces here. Nobody's going to give you everything, but they'll help you. If you have questions, just ask.
Out here, everybody's nice to talk to. Everybody, and everybody's going to tell you what they're doing, what they're not doing. It's not like it used to be a couple years ago where everybody was like, hey, this is what we secret. Now everybody's pretty well open, and just go out there and talk and have fun. And if you think you're going to do it, just do it.
Keep doing it. Get confident in what you're doing, and do the same thing over and over and over if it's hitting. If not, well, there's always the Barbecue League. They got some good videos.
Spend $100 to get on the Barbecue League. I mean, that is a huge benefit. Just, I mean, you can pretty much get on there and learn a full cook, go out and run recipes and timelines that are on there and do well.
A lot of times people assign too much mystique to what we do. You know, all we're doing is burning meat in the parking lot and making good food. Good food always wins. So I think, you know, you get in the box and you're doing what everybody else is doing, but get out there and try stuff, man. I mean, good food wins every weekend. So just make good food, make good balanced food, and you'll do well.
Just keep it simple. Don't try to overthink or overdo or do something crazy. Good average barbecue wins. So just keep it simple and don't try to be really stand out, because most of the time that stands out in a bad way.
It could be discouraging in the beginning because you know you don't think you have a chance coming up against some of the teams that you see the names, you see they're always winning. But don't get discouraged, because at the end of the day, you know, eventually you will be on that side where you always get your name called, and you can look back and be like, wow, you know, I know, and you know, I know where I came from to where I'm at now, to continue to keep going.
Ask questions. People are pretty open in the circuit. You know, they're not going to tell you everything. You know, they give you a few little tips and advice. Keep plugging away at it. Just keep plugging away. It's fun. Have fun. That is the biggest part of it. Have fun. Otherwise, find a different hobby if you're not having fun.
Just remember, it's for fun. Judges are not there to hurt you. They're there to help you. So if you get a comment card, listen to it. But don't take it to heart. Like, don't completely change your chicken recipe just because you got a comment card that said it was a little salty. You never know the judge you got. So always go for that average taste. Not something too fiery, not something too salty. So go for right in the middle so you're not going to offend anyone.
Always have fun, be open to ideas, try and do things, because you never know what will actually work and not work. So
come on, have fun. It's a good time. You know, I mean, come on, people here are great.
And have fun with it.
Have fun.
Do what makes you happy. Come out here and have fun. Don't look at it as a true competition. Come out, have fun, drink some beer.
Don't do drugs. It's very, very bad.
Are we doing shots this morning?
Are we doing shots? Let's go. Janky Legs ready to roll the dice. Love it.
Roll up.
Hey everybody, thanks. This is Stretch, and we got the backyard people, and we're asking some super fun questions to a bunch of teams out here today. So I'm going to turn this camera around somehow. Woo-hoo! Where's the camera turnaround button?
A temp is 205.
Temp is 205. Is that a good temp?
Depends on the meat.
Yes, edible chicken is a 165, but a competition you need to take it to about 200 or 210. You want to win, go.
If you were going to tell a new team a tip that no one else knows, honestly, what would you tell them? Brian, inject, wrap early, try different things, new rubs, don't follow YouTube videos. What?
Everything that he just said.
As a judge, what do you think is the most important thing for a new cook?
Tenderness.
Tenderness, like being nice and pet puppies?
Yes.
And that's stretch out. Peace.
Whether you're low and slow or hot and fast, may your name be called last. Cheers.
Yeah.